Awaken, the journey from illusion to revolution. The old clock on the wall ticked away the seconds with a rhythm that seemed to echo through the barren street outside. Above it, a flickering neon sign cast a weak glow into the night, advertising a convenience store that hadn't seen a customer in hours. Inside, the air had the scent of stale coffee and dust. Three friends, Marcus, Leo, and Ollie, sat hunched over a small table in the corner. They had been playing cards for what felt like an eternity, their eyes glazed over from the lack of sleep and the monotony of their lives. Each of them had the same haunted look, as if they were carrying a heavy burden that no one else could see. The cards fell in a lifeless dance, revealing hands that held no surprises. Marcus, the youngest of the trio, shuffled the deck one last time before speaking up. His voice was low, almost a whisper, but it was filled with a sudden urgency that made the others sit up straight. "You guys ever feel like we're not supposed to be here?" He glanced around the empty room as if expecting an answer from the shelves of chips and canned beans. Leo and Ollie exchanged a look that spoke volumes. They had known each other for as long as they could remember, growing up in the same neighborhood, attending the same school, and now working the same dead-end jobs. The question hung in the air, uncomfortable and unanswered. They had felt it too, a niggling doubt that there was more to life than this endless cycle of work and sleep. Marcus, Leo, and Ollie, three lifelong friends, meet in a deserted convenience store and play cards. Marcus breaks the silence with a question that hints at a shared suspicion, the belief that their lives are part of a larger, illusory construct. This leads to an unspoken realization that there might be a deeper truth beyond their mundane existence. Ollie, the most introspective of the group, spoke next. "I've had dreams, man. Dreams where everything we know is just a play, like we're actors in someone else's show." His words trailed off, and he took a deep drag from his cigarette, the ember casting a brief, eerie light on his face. Leo leaned in, curiosity piqued. "What do you mean, Ollie?" Ollie exhaled a cloud of smoke. "I mean, what if everything we see, everything we believe is just a lie? What if we're all being played?" He paused, letting the silence build. "What if we're not real?" Marcus frowned, pushing his cards away. "That's crazy talk, Ollie. We're as real as it gets." But Leo wasn't so sure. He had felt it too, the sense that there was something just out of reach, something important that they were all missing. "What if we're not crazy?" he mused. "What if there's something more?" The clock chimed midnight, the sound shattering the quiet. As if on cue, the lights flickered, and the TV in the corner of the room turned on. Static filled the air, the screen flashing with a series of images that made no sense, a jumble of numbers, symbols, and flashes of color. And then a single word, clear as day: awaken. The friends froze, their eyes glued to the flickering screen. The word hung there, pulsing with a strange energy, before the TV went black. The silence that followed was deafening. Ollie shares his theory that their lives could be an illusion, with dreams suggesting a greater truth beyond their reality. This leads to a heated discussion among the friends about the nature of their existence. As they talk, a mysterious message flashes on the TV at midnight, urging them to awaken, leaving them stunned and questioning the authenticity of their world. Marcus was the first to move, his hand trembling as he reached for his phone. "We've got to tell someone about this," he said, his voice shaking. But as he unlocked the device, a wave of nausea washed over him, and the screen filled with the same chaotic images from the TV. "No signal," he murmured, confusion and fear etched into his features. Leo's phone beeped and he checked it, his eyes widening. "Mine too." Ollie's hand hovered over his pocket. "Me as well." They looked at each other, the reality of their situation setting in. Something was very wrong. and they had just been given a message that could change everything. It was time to find out what it meant. They left the convenience store, the cold night air biting at their skin as they stepped into the deserted street. The usually bustling city was eerily quiet, as if holding its breath in anticipation of what was to come. They walked in silence, their thoughts racing as they tried to piece together the puzzle of their existence. The streetlights cast long, distorted shadows, adding to the surreal nature of their newfound awareness. The first sign that something was amiss came when they saw a billboard that read, "Happiness is a choice." The phrase was familiar, one they had seen countless times, but now it felt forced, a command rather than a suggestion. They realized that every billboard, every ad, every piece of media they had ever encountered had been designed to manipulate them into complacency. The realization hit them like a ton of bricks. They turned a corner and found themselves in front of a nondescript building, the kind that blended into the background of every city. But tonight, it pulsed with a faint glow, drawing them closer. They approached cautiously, their hearts pounding in their chests. The door was unlocked, and they pushed it open to reveal a staircase leading down into darkness. Without a word, they descended the stairs, each step echoing through the emptiness. At the bottom, they entered a dimly lit room filled with rows of monitors and computers, all displaying the same static message, "Awaken." Before them stood a figure in a hooded cloak, the source of the glow. The figure turned to face them, revealing a woman with piercing eyes and a knowing smile. "You've taken the first step," she said, her voice a melodic whisper that seemed to fill the room. "You're not alone in this. There are others like you, all over the world, waking up from the illusion. The time has come to break the chains of the generational curses and live in harmony with the higher power and Mother Nature." The friends stared at her, their minds racing with questions. Who was she? What did she know? And most importantly, how could they help? Marcus found his voice first. "What do we do now?" The woman's smile grew wider. "Now you learn the truth," she said, "and then you spread it." She handed each of them a USB drive. "This contains all the information you need. It will guide you on your journey to free the minds of the masses." With a nod, the woman vanished, leaving them with the weight of their newfound knowledge and the gravity of their mission. They looked at each other, understanding that their lives would never be the same. Three friends, Marcus, Leo, and Ollie, confront the disillusionment of their mundane lives in a deserted convenience store, leading to a mysterious message that challenges their perception of reality and urges them to awaken to a deeper truth.